Listen to me. 2 girls grew up in the same village. They ate from the same pot. They walked the same dusty road to school. They shared the same dreams under the same roof. But one single day, they made 2 different choices. And those 2 choices changed everything. Osas looked at Felicia and she said, "Felicia, you are a fool, a big, beautiful fool." Felicia did not answer. She kept packing. Osas continued, "You want to get married on Monday. Monday, the carpenter, the man who cannot afford new shoes, the man whose toolbox is older than your mother." "I am going to Port Harcourt," Osas said. "Chief Emeka is waiting for me. He has a car. He has a house. He has money. Real money, not this village nonsense." She waved her hand around, at the mud house, at the dusty road, at Felicia's simple dress. "Enjoy your poverty," Osas said. "Enjoy your carpenter. Me, I am going to leave." Felicia stopped packing. She looked up slowly, and she said only 5 words. "God will judge between us." Osas laughed again, and she walked away. That laugh, it would follow her for a long, long time. Now let me tell you about Monday. Monday, Okafor was not rich, not even close. He was a carpenter. He had learned from his late father. His tools were old but clean. His hands were rough but gentle. He had a small workshop, just 4 wooden walls and a zinc roof that made noise every time it rained. He had no car, no generator, no big clothes. But Monday had something that cannot be bought. He had character. When he asked Felicia's father for her hand, he came with yams, palm wine, and the truth. He told her father, "I am poor today, I know this, but I will work every day of my life until I am no longer poor. Your daughter will not suffer at my hands." Her father looked at him for a long time. Then he said, "Take her." 3 days later, a big black car arrived in the village. It was long. It was shiny. The windows were so dark you could not see inside. Children ran out to touch it. Old women shook their heads. Osas walked out of her mother's house. She was wearing a new wig, new shoes, and a new bag. Everything new, everything borrowed. She did not look back at her mother, who was crying quietly at the door. She did not wave. She just put on her sunglasses and stepped into that car like a queen stepping into a palace. The car drove away, and the village went quiet. That same night, 2 kilometers away, Felicia and Monday were at the motor park. They were boarding a night bus to Lagos. The bus was old. The seats were hard. The windows would not close all the way. You could smell the engine from inside. They had one bag between them, 4,000 naira and a dream. Felicia put her head on Monday's shoulder. Monday put his arm around her. He said, "Felicia, I promise you, Lagos will be good to us." She closed her eyes. She did not know if she believed him, but she believed in him. Lagos does not welcome you. Lagos does not say, "Come in, sit down, rest." Lagos looks at you and says, "What do you have? What can you do? What are you made of?" Felicia and Monday arrived at dawn. The bus stopped at Ojota Motor Park. The noise, the smell, the crowd, the buses, the hawkers. A kind man at the park let them stay in his one room in Mushin for 1 week. One room, no kitchen, no toilet inside, a mattress on the floor. Felicia looked at that room. She took a deep breath and she started to clean it. Because she had decided, "I did not come to Lagos to complain. I came to build." By the 2nd week, Felicia had a job. Not in an office, not behind a desk. She was selling pure water. Every morning at 5 o'clock, she woke up. She tied her wrapper tight. She put on flat slippers. She balanced a tray of sachet water on her head, and she walked into Lagos traffic. Felicia sold water until her feet had sores, until her voice was rough, until she knew every traffic light in Mushin by name. She never complained. She brought every naira home to Monday. And Monday worked. He found a small job with a construction company in Lekki. He was just a site carpenter. He did what he was told, but he watched everything. He watched how the contractor priced jobs. He learned. At night, he came home covered in sawdust from his hair to his ankles. Felicia would heat water for his bath. They would eat together. Sometimes it was just garri and groundnut, and they would talk. They had a notebook. Every night, Monday wrote in it. One day, he would say, "This will be a business." Felicia would look at his tired face. She would believe him. Now, let us check on Osas. Port Harcourt. Chief Emeka had set her up in a 2-bedroom flat in GRA. Air conditioning, satellite TV, new furniture, beautiful on the outside. But Osas was not allowed to go out alone. She was not allowed to post pictures. She was a secret. She hired a friend to find out why. What she found out cracked her world open. Chief Emeka had 2 wives, 6 children. He went to church every Sunday. Osas was a thing he kept in a box. She sat in that beautiful apartment and cried. But she had told everyone she was living her best life. She could not go back now. Back in the village, word was spreading. The woman at the well said, "Osas is living large. Felicia is selling water. That Monday is useless." These words got back to Felicia. One night she called her mother. "Mama, suffering is not the same as failing. A seed under the ground looks dead, but it is becoming a tree." In the 3rd year, something terrible happened. Felicia was coming back from selling. She had made 3,500 naira. 2 young boys blocked her way. They took everything. They pushed her down into the gutter. She sat in the dirty water. Bleeding palm. She looked up at the dark sky. "God, I am not going to stop." She walked home. She told Monday what happened. He did not shout. He cleaned her wounds with his hands, slowly, carefully. Then he looked at her and said, "Tomorrow we start again." She nodded. In Port Harcourt, Osas was also learning something. She had been with Chief Emeka for almost 2 years. Then one day, the first wife found her. She came to the flat with 2 of her sisters and a police officer. She said Osas had stolen her husband. It became a fight at the gate. Chief Emeka was called. He came. He stood there and looked at Osas. And he said to his wife, "I don't know this woman well. She is just someone I helped." Just like that, he denied her, like she was nothing. Now, Lagos. Year 3. Something shifted. Monday had rented a tiny workshop and started taking small carpentry jobs. Then one afternoon, a man walked into Monday's workshop. His name was Engineer Bello. He said, "I need a man I can trust. I have 12 apartments. I need all the woodwork done." Monday's hands went still. He looked at Engineer Bello. He said, "When do we start?" He signed the contract. He called Felicia. He said only, "Felicia, it is happening." She sat down right there in the middle of the road where she was hawking, and she cried. Happy tears. 1 contract became 2. 2 became 5. Monday hired 2 boys, then 4, then 12. He moved out of Mushin. He got a proper workshop in Ikorodu. He bought a second-hand pickup truck to carry timber. He gave Felicia money to stop hawking. She stopped, and she helped Monday manage the accounts. Together they were unstoppable. People who had laughed at them in the village were now calling to ask for jobs. Meanwhile, Osas had gone back to Chief Emeka because she had nowhere else to go. Then Osas discovered she was pregnant. Chief Emeka was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "How do I know it is mine?" He told her to leave his house. She refused. He had men carry her bags out. They put them in the corridor. They locked the door, and that was the end. Osas had no savings. She had spent everything on looking rich. She rented a dirty room in an area she would never have looked at before. She had the baby alone, a baby girl. She would hold her baby and cry, quiet, bitter tears into the dark. Year 5, Lagos. A building was going up. 3 floors, 5 bedrooms, a garden. It was Monday's gift to Felicia. When they moved in, Felicia stood in the living room. She looked at her hands, the same hands that had lifted trays of water in traffic, and she knelt right there on the floor. She prayed. To celebrate, Felicia and Monday held a housewarming party. Someone put it on Facebook. In a dirty room in Port Harcourt, Osas saw it. She saw the mansion. She saw Felicia in a beautiful lace dress. She saw the life she had called foolish. The party had ended. Felicia was in the garden, sitting alone. Then the gateman came to her. He said, "Madam, there is a woman at the gate. She says her name is Osas." Felicia was very still. She stood up and she walked to the gate. Felicia opened the small side gate. The wig was cheap, the clothes were faded. In her arms was a little girl. Osas looked at Felicia with shame. All the words went away. She fell to her knees. She said, "Felicia, I am sorry. I have nothing. Please, help me." Felicia did not shout. She crouched down. She said, "Osas, get up. Do not kneel for me." Felicia continued, "You did not insult me that day. You insulted the life I had chosen, and that life has been hard. But Monday never left me. What we built with our own hands. I am not angry at you, Osas. I pity you, but I cannot let you in." She reached into the small purse. She took out 20,000 naira. "Take this. It will get you back to the village. The village is not dead. It is a beginning." Osas took the money. She turned back one more time. "Felicia, I'm sorry." Felicia said, "I know. Goodbye, Osas." The gate closed. She watched Osas walk away. Then she went inside. She found Monday in the living room. She sat beside him. She put her head on his shoulder, the same way she had on that old boss 5 years ago. She said, "Monday, thank God I chose you. Some people want the harvest without the planting. They want the house without the foundation. Nothing real is built fast. Nothing lasting is built without pain. Any house built on another person's foundation will fall when that person moves. Build your own foundation." This is the broken calabash. If this story touched you, share it. And if you want more stories, click that subscribe button, because inside every broken calabash, there is still something worth saving. Thank you for watching.